Alright, we're here on this awesome rooftop, and I got something special for you today. I got my good friend and yoga instructor Stefanos here. He's going to walk us through some poses, some yoga poses that are really going to help with your alignment and get you going for this challenge.
So there's two things that you really want to keep in mind no matter what pose you're in. The first one is you want to maintain integrity between the relative position between your head, your neck, and your back. So you want to keep and maintain those natural curves of your spine without overemphasizing either of those curves. The second thing that you want to make sure of is you want to be able to have a relaxed breath. So Raina's going to want to be able to breathe into her back fully, into her sides, and into her front. Also up and down. If you can't maintain a relaxed breath in through the nostrils, out through the nostrils, through any of these stretches or poses, you're probably too far into the pose and you should back out just a little bit. Same thing with your head, neck, and back. If you start to find yourself hunching, go ahead and hunch a little bit for me, Raina. Hunching over as you're reaching to stretch, this right here now takes the integrity out of the stretch that may be in your hips or wherever you're working. So the sequence of poses that we're working on today is going to focus on our hamstrings back here and on our hips. This area is the area that connects our lower body to our torso. And if you're tight in either one of these areas, you're going to have trouble with full body mobility. And as you know, Thomas, in parkour, if you don't have full body mobility, you're going to suffer. So let's start with your pre-workout warm-up. So that's going to be Warrior 2. So in Warrior 2, you're going to step 1 foot forward and bend into that knee. Then the back leg is going to be slightly turned in, the toes are going to be slightly turned in and straight. Now ideally you want to keep the weight here in the heel as you press the knee forward, making sure that the knee doesn't go past the ankle. As you do that, you want to start to draw this thigh bone back. The front thigh bone roots back as you wrap this hip up and off of that thigh. That's going to engage your hamstring, and that's what you really want to do here, is you're both engaging the hamstring and opening the hip. As you do that, you keep a slight bend in your back knee, and then let your arms extend outward in both directions. From here, you want to ask yourself again, am I maintaining integrity between my head, neck, and back? Making sure your shoulders are over your hips. And then also, can I breathe pretty easily here? After a few minutes, maybe 30 seconds, this becomes kind of one of those poses that really warms you up. So you should be feeling this here in your heel, your hamstring, and your hip, not in the ball of your foot or your quadricep. If you're feeling it there, then you've got to draw this right thigh or the front thigh back. As you draw this front hip back and the front knee forward, you're engaging oppositional direction in your leg so that you're stretching while engaging it. It's called eccentric action. Once you've been in here for 10 breaths, 30 seconds, whatever it starts to feel like you've gotten what you need out of this pose, you want to make sure that you come out in a safe and controlled manner. So you just straighten the leg to come on up, and then you can walk your back foot in. So actually the most important time to stretch is after your workout, the cool down, which most of us never do. But for that, one of the best things you can do is a combination of two poses. So what you're in here right now is a low lunge. So the front leg is bent to 90 degrees or more, so you're still keeping the weight in the heel of this front leg. And then the back knee is now down. It's really important to square your hips towards the front of the room. So as this front knee draws forward, you're going to actually draw back with this front hip. As you draw back with this front outer hip, the outer hip on the back leg is actually wrapping forward. That's going to maintain a healthy lower back alignment, which is the very first thing that we want to do, is check our head, neck, and back alignment. One thing that's really interesting is you want to maintain the spiral in the leg. So from this outer hip, there's a line of energy that spirals down into the inner foot. Maintaining integrity between drawing this, engaging the ball of your foot into the ground, and wrapping this outer hip back is going to maintain a healthy alignment through your legs, back, neck, and head. As you can see, I've got you guys here using props. You can use a yoga block, you can use push-up bars, you can use a chair or a couch, whatever's accessible. But the idea behind a prop is to make these stretches accessible to your level of flexibility. So it's not like the aggro, like I want to be as deep as I can while I'm arching my back. You want to find a way that you can maintain that integrity in your entire spinal alignment, whether that's a cool push-up bar or it's a high stool, whatever works for you, you know what I mean? So once you've held this for 3 to 5 breaths, you're going to actually transition into your runner stretch. So you're going to then straighten the front leg as you send your hips back. Now it's really important to maintain a squareness in the hips. So as you draw this right hip back, this front hip back, you're going to spiral that energy through to the ball of that foot, pressing forward. And then as you can see, for you, Thomas, what I would actually do is to maintain this integrity in your head, neck, and back is bring it yourself up. Almost everybody's going to need to be on a higher prop position in this part of the pose. And then here, you're going to breathe, again, 3 to 5 breaths. And this is a great time to check in. Can I breathe in a relaxed, easeful manner? From here, you're going to bend back into this front leg and go back into your low lunge. So the idea here is that you're maintaining an engagement in your hamstring as you're going from fully flexed to fully extended. So these two poses can be done in conjunction with each other. So you hold this for 3 to 5 breaths, and then you go from being fully extended in your hamstring to engaged and fully flexed in that same muscle. So you're engaging a muscle group and then taking it through its entire range of motion. So the second cool down pose we're going to do is going to be on our back. So go ahead and lie down and draw one knee in. Now what's really important is to wrap this outer hip on the bent knee down towards the foot of the straight leg. That's going to maintain the integrity of your hips as you draw the knee in, the inner knee towards the outer ribs. You can increase the stretch by straightening the leg and interlacing your hands either behind your thigh or, if you're flexible enough, behind your calf. If it's really hard to keep your legs straight, you just walk your hands closer to your hips and lower your leg. Keep pressing through the inner foot and the heel. Yeah. So the final pose you do the day after your workout, when you're really tight on your hips. So you're going to bend your knees, lying down still, bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet together, and let your knees drop out. Now if this is really tight on your outer hips and you can't get your knees to the ground, you bring some sort of prop, a pillow, blocks, your push-up bars, and you support your legs so that you can relax the outer hips. After a few breaths, minutes, what you're going to find is that you can move the prop further out because you're going to actually have released that outer hip muscle. And now you're ready for some more parkour.